Once upon a time, in a peaceful village bordered by a dark, whispering forest, there lived a sweet little girl whom everyone loved. She wore a bright red cloak with a hood her grandmother had sewn for her. Whenever she put it on, she looked like a tiny flame of joy in the green of the woods. One sunny morning, her mother handed her a basket of fresh bread, sweet butter and wildflower honey. Grandmother is ill and lives in the cottage beyond the big oak tree. Please stay on the path, speak only if spoken to, and do not wander into the forest. Little Red Riding Hood promised and set off at once, humming a gentle tune. The path wound through tall trees whose branches formed a cool tunnel overhead. Birds chirped. Squirrels darted among moss-covered roots. Little Red Riding Hood carried her basket carefully, enjoying the soft crunch of leaves beneath her feet. Suddenly, a sleek grey wolf slipped onto the path. "Good morning, little girl. Where are you off to on such a fine day?" Little Red Riding Hood glanced up kindly, not knowing his trickery. "Good morning, Mr. Wolf. I'm taking this basket to my grandmother's cottage past the oak tree. She's ill, and Mother asked me to bring these treats." "What a thoughtful granddaughter you are. But tell me, child, do you see those flowers? They're the prettiest in all the forest. Why not pick a bouquet for your grandmother? She would be so happy." Thinking it a splendid idea, she stepped off the path and gathered bluebells, daisies, and buttercups. Meanwhile, the wolf slunk away along a hidden track toward grandmother's cottage. The wolf arrived at the little stone cottage in record time and knocked at the door. "It's me, your granddaughter, Little Red Riding Hood. Please let me in. I have bread, butter, and honey." "Come in, dear. The door is unlocked." No sooner had she opened the door than the wolf sprang inside. He looked around, but grandmother had hidden herself behind a sturdy cupboard. The wolf, frustrated, donned her nightgown and cap and climbed into her bed, pulling the covers up under his chin. He lay very still, his sharp ears twitching, waiting for Little Red Riding Hood. Moments later, Little Red Riding Hood arrived, flowers in hand. She knocked softly. "Grandmother, it's me. I have the basket you asked for." "Come in, my dear. Lift the latch and step inside." She entered and set down her basket. The cottage was dim, scented faintly of lavender and herbs. She crossed to the bedside. "Oh, grandmother, what big ears you have! All the better to hear you with, my dear. Grandmother, what big eyes you have! All the better to see you with. Grandmother, what big hands you have! All the better to hug you with. Grandmother, what big teeth you have! The better to eat you with, my dear." She let out a startled cry. Just then, a woodcutter returning from the forest heard the cry. The door flew open, and he stood in the doorway, his axe lowered but ready. "Hold it right there, you wicked wolf!" The wolf yelped in surprise and skidded backward. "You've frightened my friends enough. It's time to leave." Startled and ashamed, the wolf turned and slipped out the door, disappearing into the trees with his tail between his legs. The woodcutter set down his axe and hurried inside. He found grandmother gently peeking out from behind the cupboard. Safe and sound, she rushed forward and embraced him tightly, her face shining with relief. "Thank you, brave woodcutter." Little Red Riding Hood ran to her grandmother's side and wrapped her arms around her too, promising never again to stray from the path. From that day on, Little Red Riding Hood never strayed from the path and always stayed alert in the forest. And every evening she and her grandmother would share a gentle story beside the fire, safe, warm, and together. And they lived happily ever after. The end.